to see one of the deans, and he expressed to me that he wanted to change or at least modify the faculty schedule in such a way where we don't have to cancel classes. And that's beneficial to everybody. That way students don't have to change their work schedule, we don't have to keep changing around their class schedules. So I'm looking forward to that.
I think the most beneficial thing about completing the job shadow experience was that it's one thing to know the theory of what somebody does, but it's another thing to actually experience it with them. And I think that in my position as Director of Institutional Effectiveness, I get to talk a lot about the theory of how the college works, but I think it's also very useful for me to get in there and almost experience someone's job life with them. And I also teach, so I think that's important too. The experiential side was a wonderful thing about this job shadow.
My experience allowed me to see how the main campus operates, to network and build relationships with other colleagues, and to gain best practices.
Well, they get to learn about other employees, their jobs. They get to see the different campuses that we have in New York, and it's a bonding experience actually.
I think that in New York, what we tend to do is have highly driven small teams. And I think it would be very beneficial if people from those highly driven small teams visit some of the others. I think what we tend to do sometimes is work in silos, and we're excellent at what we do, but I also think that it would be great if we could explore what some of our colleagues do to get our arms around a better understanding of what each department does. And I think that we would work together even more fluidly than we do now if more people took the opportunity to do the job shadow activity.
Well, it will give them the opportunity to increase the morale at the RI, and it also will give you the experience to gain the respect of other positions and see what everyone else does, every day to help students.
The ASC has 20 computers. That was actually the first time I went to the ASC, so yeah.
I think one of the things that I was hoping for and I was pleasantly surprised with in my job shadow was to see how the admissions folks use a lot of behavioral psychology in the way in which they converse with the students and their colleagues. It's not only what you're asking for and what you need from the person, whether it's a form or a letter or even just to come in and talk. It's the way you speak with that person and the way that you also make them aware that it's their responsibility to jump through certain hoops because it's their education and we want to give them an excellent experience.
Well, I realize how important the student advisor's role is and how it helps the student in their success in school and also outside of school.
Why do you feel other staff...
She needs to be louder.
You think so?
Yeah.
That was so perfect.
Damn, that was so good.
Alright, that's okay.
I was able to meet colleagues and, sorry. I thought I did well the first time.